What does it actually mean to be deemed worthy of direct address to Lord Vraxx? The despotic alien is in Brawlhalla and is just as wicked as he always has been, since he was just a young cadet. Could these ambitions as a person reflect the meaning of what it truly means to be worthy of contact? That's what we're going to discuss in this video. First, let's briefly touch upon Lord Vraxx's character as a whole, because this information on him is going to be important to keep in mind later on. He spent his childhood like the rest of the Zektari in a vat, and would eventually grow up to be a galactic warlord, excelling in judging the weak, space dogfighting, and planetary immolation. He was so ruthless that he vaporized an entire planet once just because he didn't like the color of their beaches. Okay, so how does this all link back to the well-known legends Nai, Bodvar, Orion, and Hattori, who have all been confirmed to be deemed worthy of contact with him? Well, for starters, Queen Nai is a legend who believes that Ragnarok represents Asgardians' very little understanding of creation, even going as far as stating that it needs to be destroyed for the world to be renewed. She is someone who did whatever it took to survive when her people were falling during the wars of the Jaguar Kingdom. I wouldn't particularly say Nai is evil like Lord Vraxx though, and that's the sole reason for her being worthy, as Ragnarok is literally the doom of the gods, so it's inevitable that they would have fallen anyway. I'd say her ambitions are similar to someone like Thanos wanting all life to be put back into balance. However, she is very powerful to be drawing energy from her gods, using her magic, and her being powerful and having, in other people's eyes, an evil goal of taking out Asgard could be a reason why she's worthy of direct address to Lord Vraxx. Don't believe me? Well, think about it. Thor and Artemis are two of the most powerful legends in all of Brawlhalla, and yet aren't even detailed to be worthy of contact to him. So this goes back to my point earlier on how just being powerful isn't good enough a reason for being worthy to him. Next up, we have Bodvar. He grew up feared and mistrusted by even his own people, which is saying something. Other than just breaking down the gates to Valhalla single-handedly, he also ended the giant wars and defeated his brother Grofka. I assume he is worthy because his power was clearly demonstrated when he took himself to Valhalla and broke down the gates, and with confidence spoke to the gods out of tone, implying he can be a bit disrespectful at times and step out of line. And so with great power comes the arrogance of someone who is becoming overconfident, just like Lord Vraxx is overconfident. Alright, next is Hattori. Yeah, that's right, I'm saving the best for last. A half-demon ninja who sold her soul to the devil. Yeah, because that doesn't sound selfish at all. I mean, she literally has demon blood buried inside her, so that's pretty self-explanatory. With her already being outlined as evil, what makes her worthy must also tie into her strength, yes? Well, demons themselves are supernatural entities, and Hattori is half that, so power-wise, no more needs to be said. You can see so far how the legends deemed worthy all appear to be evil and powerful at the same time, which further backs my point of what it truly means to be deemed worthy of direct address to Lord Vraxx. Okay, before I move on to Orion, I want to briefly touch upon Thatch to further back up my opinion on how a legend must be evil enough and powerful enough to be worthy of direct address to Lord Vraxx. Consider him a honorable mention if you have to. He isn't confirmed to be another legend worthy, but it should be noted that he does aid in Vraxx's schemes to conquer Valhalla itself. Evil checkmark? Checked. And in a previous video, I did mention how I believe Thatch is secretly Poseidon, the brother of Zeus. Poseidon is the Greek god of the sea, and it doesn't take a genius to be able to be putting two and two together. After reading Mako's lore, it's clear who Thatch really is, so that powerful checkbox? Checked. Orion is the final legend to be deemed worthy, and honestly, I'm not too surprised. He is destined to fight Artemis, one of the most powerful legends in the universe. And also, in another video of mine, I discussed how I think he is evil, because Artemis talks about him being a disease and an issue to all of Asgard itself. It should also be further noted that Mirage already knows him. In fact, she knows him by some other name and possibly some other afterlife too. Now, while some of these legends are in fact more powerful than Lord Vraxx, for example Orion, it should also take into consideration that this has to be the reason that they are worthy to him. It's as simple as this. They all have hatreds and anger or evil ambitions or similar drives and desires to do what they do. They all are very powerful legends, so that should at the very least be acknowledged. Although these legends were released at an early time, so it would explain why they're the only legends deemed worthy of direct address to him. Otherwise, I believe someone like Dusk could be another potential legend deemed worthy of address to him. Therefore, I believe that the true meaning of being deemed worthy of direct address to Lord Vraxx is the legend has to be powerful enough and evil enough as well. Okay, so in summary, that's what I believe about legends being worthy to him. Some of these legends are definitely stronger than Lord Vraxx, so it is still questionable how they rank it though. Nevertheless, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like and comment down below your thoughts on what you think it means to be deemed worthy of direct address to Lord Vraxx. And with that being said, my name is Craig, and I'll catch you in the next one.